Hello, namaste, good afternoon. This is Ira Sahai back again. This time we've come with a very unique and important video that, we get asked a lot of questions about the course. So we thought, why not make a video covering all FAQs so that, people have more clarity once they watch this video. I'm sure you will not, need to ask more questions about it. And in case you do, we're always available on a call. So I'm Ira Sahai. I'm a certified metabolic health coach from dLife, also its member, and also its media and operations head. With me, I have today my friend and my colleague, a dLife member and a dLife certified metabolic health coach, Mandar, who is an engineer from IIT Mumbai, and also PhD nanotech from USA. He also runs a gym in Pune and is now practicing full time as a metabolic health coach. Mandar, welcome. Welcoming each other.
Thanks, Ira. Yeah, let's do this. So let me shoot off the first one. A lot of people ask, what is the dLife diploma about? They have sort of read that it's on chronic disease remission and, low carb nutrition, but they really want to know how is it different from the other nutrition or dietetics courses that they have seen.
So I have, talked about this many times in my review video to put it in, as very crisply. It is a course in low carb nutrition and metabolic health. So when you're talking about low carb nutrition and using it to reverse or improve metabolic health markers and stuff like diabetes, hypertension, all these dysfunctions can be improved or reversed through low carb dietary intervention. And the course teaches you precisely this, to use low carb dietary intervention or nutritional intervention to reverse metabolic syndromes. The other courses that you see out there in the market, whatever course that is, that is a generic course in diet and nutrition. So we now have more than 30 plus, certified dietitians, nutritionists, sports nutritionists, human performance nutritionists from every and any course now finally having to do our course. Why? Because what they have learned is the usual high carb, diet that is being, circulated in the mainstream. What we teach is, and they they have no training in low carb nutrition and also how to use it therapeutically to reverse metabolic syndromes. So this is how the course is different, while every other course is teaching you the usual same mainstream dietary advice. Low Carb Nutrition and Metabolic Health Diploma from dLife is going to teach you how to use low carb nutrition to reverse metabolic dysfunctions. Yeah, Mandar.
Perfect.
So I will ask the next question, Mandar. We talked about this. How does remission happen, which is lifestyle changes? What do you mean when we say people are able to get off medications?
Right. So whenever we hear all of these chronic lifestyle conditions, right, whether it is obesity, high blood pressure, PCOD, fatty liver, even kidney disease, what we do in dLife Diploma is we learn about the root causes of those and truly use and leverage the human biology to get those diseases put into remission so that the symptom suppression, which is done via the pills, is not required anymore. So that's what we mean by getting off medication. So maybe in the short run, people use those medication, but finally, if they are on those medication for years and years, that is telling us that they are not really addressing the root cause. So this is exactly what we learn in the diploma, and that's how we are able to help people really fix their health and reverse these conditions. A lot of
Yeah,
people
and just
ask.
to add to Mandar's point, I mean, doctors across the world, the top doctors are using low carb nutritional intervention to as the first line of treatment as far as metabolic syndromes are concerned and reversing diabetes and hypertension and taking people off pills. In India, we are the only legally tenable course. So if you have to be a certified metabolic health coach, it has to be dLife. And if in the world, if you have to be doing a low carb nutrition and metabolic health course, it has to be dLife. We will talk about this later, but we have CPD accreditation. We're the only ones from India, and we have 60 credits that no other course in the world has. As a result, we now have 21 countries enrolled with us. Yes, Manda.
Perfect. So a lot of people also have this question that what are the prerequisites for this course? And can they, they come from different fields, so they are a little bit curious about if they will be able to understand it well.
Yeah. So the prerequisite is if you are, a 12th grade pass in India, you can do this. And abroad also, it's the 12th grade. So you can, anybody who has completed the 12th grade can do this. And it is open to people from all walks of life. Nutrition is everybody's domain. If you eat food, nutrition is your domain. So this is not a restrictive knowledge. This is not a restrictive science that a handful of people should be knowing. If you are eating food, nutrition is your domain, as I said, and every house has a diabetic or a hypertensive, patient. So everybody should learn this science, and thankfully, the prerequisite is not something that is, you need to enroll in a rocket science course. So everybody can do this course as long as they have cleared their grade 12th.
Perfect. And along with that, I also wanted to ask another question I also get is people say I'm already certified in nutrition or I've done my sports nutrition certificate, something like that, right? So I think you alluded to that answer, but maybe if you want to elaborate further.
Just this, that whatever you've done, please don't feel bad, but it's just a piece of paper. As long as metabolic syndromes or reversing or improving metabolic health markers are concerned, one, you have not been taught low carb. Two, you don't know how to reverse metabolic syndromes. You don't know how to reverse diabetes through the diet. You don't know how to reverse hypertension, fatty liver. All of this only dLife can certify and train you in. So whatever course you may have done, whether it's IGNU or whether it's, we have so many people certified from various courses. So it's IGNU, it's VLCC, it's Diabexi, it's Manav Rachna, it's so many other, courses. So while they are on one side, dLife is entirely and singularly on the other side that teaches you low carb nutrition and metabolic health. So learn low carb nutrition and reverse these conditions, which you cannot learn from any other course. We are the only ones in this space.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that's going to be an important point.
Yeah. Mandar, tell me what, this is your question. Can 16% doctors, Mandar, we say, and about 40% engineers, not just 30, 40% engineers, 4% from the defense services, from all backgrounds. We forgot to mention this. But I think we'll come to later the statistics. Mandar, tell me what is the duration of the course and anything else that you would like to, how can people who are working complete it?
Right, right. So I'll give my example as well because I also completed the course while doing a full-time job. So formally we say that it's a 6-month course, but it is also self-paced, and we work with NSDC in batches and get people certified like that. So typically you can get some leeway in completing that course up to about 9 months or so. So yes, I can give you that confidence that while managing your full-time work, you will be easily able to complete. Many of us have done that. And it's self-paced, so you don't have to necessarily adhere to any specific timings or lecture timings, etc. You can truly do it whenever you find time. And I can tell you from personal experience that once you start doing the course and start engaging on the forum, which we will talk about, it becomes quite addictive. You really want to do it several hours a day also. But definitely, if you can spend, I would say 5 to 7 hours a week, you can definitely do it. We also have people who have done it as quickly as 3 months because it is self-paced.
Yeah, and just to add to Mandar's point, so many people ask me, what if they can complete it earlier? You can complete it earlier than 6 months, but the NSDC partner government of India takes 6 months to certify you. As a result, ongoing batches are there. If you feel you can complete it within 6 months, you enroll, immediately get into the batch, complete your course. By the time you do that, the batch will come to an end, and you get certified. But if you think you cannot complete it in 6 months, then you study the course. Once you're 50% done, then you can get into whatever batch is ongoing and you can complete the course. So 6 months is the time that Government of India NSDC partner takes to certify you, while the CPD certificate can be taken after completing the course any day.
Perfect. I also get this question that some people reacted to it being completely self-paced, and they have to do sort of their reading on their own, and they were asking about are there lectures, and they are used to learning like that. And if they also have this question that what if they need help in understanding something and clearing their doubts?
Yeah. Mandar,
Yeah.
yeah, can you just repeat that question? I think we will need to just pause it for a second. I need to set my connection. Anup, can you do that? Yeah.
Yes. So a lot of people also ask that what if they need some help in understanding some part of the topic, or how do they clear their doubts since this course is sort of self-paced and They are doing it on their own whenever they find time.
Yeah, so all such courses are online. That is number one. So you know where are you going to get a physical brick and mortar class? That is one. Two, you are part of the WhatsApp community and also the forum. Now, I want to specifically, Mandar, talk about the forum here because in any other course that you enroll in, you only do the do the course, get the certificate, and you're out of it. Now, what we have done here is dLife is a 10 plus year old biggest low carb platform in the world, single biggest platform in the world. It is also India's first and the only award winning low carb platform founded by Anup. So what Anup has done is this forum data of 10 years is given complimentary when you enroll in the course. So what is the forum? Forum is a a multifaceted interaction or connection point where you are always connected with your mentors 24/7. So if you want to initiate a new thread, ask a question. If you want to post your blood work or anybody else's blood work, if you have a generic question, you post a thread on the forum. Once you do that, you are answered by 100 plus certified coaches, mentors who are all present there. That is one. The forum also has old success stories posted. So there are thousands and thousands of them. If you search, for example, diabetes, if you search fatty liver, you will get all such cases who were handled by our coaches in the past and their success stories and how they were handled, step by step guidance in terms of the diet, in terms of if supplements were needed, not needed. So everything, So you can start posting your blood work. You can start asking your questions. The forum also has 2,000 plus original low carb, keto, vegetarian and non-vegetarian recipes that are posted by members themselves. So all this huge data available on the forum. Now this is premium data. It is curated data and it is a subscription based data. People who come to the forum need to subscribe to this premium data. But when you enroll into the course, you get all this data free along with the course. So it is bundled along with the course. The community is bundled along with the course. This is our USP because one, nobody else in the world has, 10 years of curated data. Nobody gives it for free. So we give it complimentary to all our enrollees. So as far as asking questions is concerned, you have the WhatsApp community of which you are always a part of. Everybody is there. All your mentors are there. Then you have the forum where you can take serious discussions too. So you can post blood work, you can get guidance on any case. So you are there are multiple connection points and you are always with your mentors, gurus, certified coaches. So this is much better than a brick and mortar classroom and a time fixated classroom where you have to attend. And you can ask a question at 2 a.m. and in the dead of the night. And that's why I say this is not a course, it's a gurukul. Look at what you get. You just don't get a course to read on your own and just get lost. While you're reading the course, you're part of the WhatsApp community, you're part of the forum, you have access to the 2000 plus recipes, you have access to old case threads, you can initiate new threads. So it's like living in a multi-university of knowledge with your mentors, with your gurus. Everybody's there. So that's how we function. Yeah, man. Would you
Definitely.
want?
So, yeah.
Uh,
So as you say, it's like being in a classroom 24/7. And one more interesting thing is even after you complete the course, there is so much to still learn. So I have completed the course almost 15 months back, but I still learn every day, every week, being on the forum, learning from senior mentors and still also trying to help the newcomers, both of that. So I think the forum is truly a gold mine. And as you rightly said, it's truly our very unique thing with dLife Diploma.
Yeah, and when we talk about the forum, let us not forget the low carb stalwarts from across the globe have reviewed dLife, and some of them are Dr. David, and when everybody knows him, Dr. Gary Fetke, Emmy Berger, Tucker Goodrich, so many of them. So we are not, somebody who people need to, find a lot about. We have been validated by the biggest names in the global low carb community. So all that review is posted on the front end of the dLife, website. So you can go and check it out. We are, the single biggest low carb platform in the world, and the collection of recipes has been widely recommended by all the global low carb stalwarts like Dr. David Unwin, and they have They freely talk about it. They've talked about it a lot of times, on the internet of, about the dLife recipes, and he keeps referring, his people to dLife. So that's who we are. Mandar, I need to ask the next question. Please tell us about the course. And is there an exam towards the end of the course? How does it go?
Right. So there are quizzes at the end of the course. They are also to be taken online. They are typically combination of multiple choice questions and some brief answer questions. And as Anup says, the idea for the questions is not necessarily to get you in a trap or in a corner. But if you have broadly understood the topics well, if you have gone through the course, most of our enrollees have done very well in those exams. So not to be intimidated by the quizzes at the end. You will be able to fare quite well. Not a problem.
And the entire point is to empower you. It is not to kind of judge you. Of course, there is a filter mechanism, and you need to put an effort to learn from the best course in in the world, not the universe, but of course in the universe also we can say. But that's on a lighter note. But yes, the quizzes are fairly easy, and anybody who does want to learn will be easily able to, go through them and get certified. Um,
Right. So I'll quickly ask. So maybe I'll combine the next two. So when we
huh.
say legally tenable course in India, and we talk about the NSDC partner certification, right? So a lot of people want to know exactly what it means.
Hmm. So, NSDC partner is National Skill Development Corporation, Government of India. And the NSDC partner certification only dLife has in this space. When we say in this space, it is low carb nutrition and metabolic health. So, there is no other course under NSDC partner, Government of India, that can certify you in low carb nutrition and metabolic health, meaning using low carb nutrition to reverse metabolic syndromes. There are a few other courses that come under NSDC partner, but they are sports nutrition, they are humans performance nutrition. There is no other course in metabolic health. So we are the only ones who are legally tenable in this space. If you want to learn low carb and know how to reverse metabolic syndromes, this is the only course for you. And what was the other question, Mandar?
Yeah, I guess you answered. So I'm just adding a quick note there. As an engineer, I see around now that we are pumping out so many engineers every year, but I see the statistics that almost 4 out of 5 engineers are not getting the right employment, since the course skill building itself isn't really happening in those courses, right? So as we know from the NEP, the Education Policy 2020, the thrust is now really on skill development, and this is one of the flagship courses that I call it under NSDC, which is really empowering us to get a foundational skill. And this is going to be an evergreen skill. So coming from an engineering background, and after doing this course, I can very confidently say that this is a real skill building which is happening. And this is how the tide is turning anyway. We want to focus on real skill development and not just go through, long years of degrees, so to say.
Talking of skills, Mandar, look at how our coaches are earning. I mean, we are so proud of the fact that they have built a brilliant career. As a metabolic health coach, Mandar himself is an IIT, and he's quit his job, and he's now a full-time practicing metabolic health coach, and he has a huge name out there, and he's one of the top 5, if I'm not wrong, in Pune. So that's how when you get trained from dLife, the market is huge. And just to give an idea, Mandar, I mean, we always say even our newcomers who have entered the course, they have not completed the course, but they can take up cases. Why? Because they are not handling it alone, they are not handling it on their own. They are backed by 40 plus doctors in Team D Life, in the community itself, by certified coaches, by their mentors who guide them step by step on how to handle the case. So this is learning on the job. This is also, you can say, a part of internship, not a part technically, but this is learning on the job. So imagine even our newcomers who have not completed the course. I mean, we were just talking about somebody in the morning, who has already taken up 2 to 3 cases, and he's just, probably 1, 2 months old. So, technically, you are also earning while you are learning. So this is kind of a format that you see, across the world, also in the Western countries. While you work, you're also earning. So this is what we call real skill development. and courses that teach you just give you a degree, but you have no skills. They are no use. And just to give you a rough estimate of, we keep saying and we keep putting out very proudly on Twitter, that even our certified coaches are earning anywhere between 5 to 8 lakh rupees per month. And this is just a conservative figure, and sky is the limit. How you want to model your consultancy, that's up to you. Whether you're consulting one on one, some people are doing group coaching, some people are doing something else. So this is sky is the limit. I mean, this is a very conservative figure. Even the new ones who have not completed the course or who have just completed are earning anywhere between 1 to 3 lakh rupees. And that's the smallest number that we can talk about. So yeah, Mandar, anything else that we want to add to this?
Definitely. Yeah, I think this should also put in perspective for people, those of the, they have questions about the course fee, etc. Right. So as you can see, frankly, combining the, what the course teaches, which is a foundational skill, not really taught anywhere else. And if you combine that with an evergreen need in the world, there is an evergreen demand. If you really look at that, to me, frankly, this course is severely underpriced. So thank you, Anup. But so people have this query, why they are spending this amount. So I can
Yeah, but
guarantee you.
Mandar, before that, I think you should also talk about, people ask about the certification part. So there are two. We talk about dual certification. One is NSDC partner, the other is CPD. So maybe you can elaborate on this.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So as we just talked, our India certificate comes from the NSDC partner, right? So this is approved by NSDC, which is by itself a big deal, right? It's not easy to get a course approved from them. That is one. So we get that certificate, as well as we get the CPDSO UK certificate. So that accreditation has awarded dLife Diploma with 60 credit points, which is virtually unheard of. Typically, courses you will see, with maybe 10, 15 points maximum, right? But it's very difficult to get 60 credit points associated with this course. And that accreditation itself is recognized, I think, more than in 40 countries, right? So when you show a CPDSO UK accreditation and that certification, which, as Ira mentioned, you get right after finishing the course, you don't even have to wait for that. That really puts us in a very, very rare corner,
Yeah, and
right?
the other
So I
advantage
think
is, yeah, the other advantage is that if you're located outside India, you get the CPD certificate by default, because NSDC certification needs Aadhaar card to give you that certificate. But if you're based abroad, if you're based overseas, then you don't need to take NSDC. You can opt to take it if you have an Aadhaar card, but you get the CPD certificate by default. Now, imagine the significance of our CPD certificate. One, we are the only ones from India to have CPD accreditation. Two, 60 global, 60 credits. It's the global biggest in the world. No other course has. So we are technically the number one course in the world. Three, if you want to get registered in your country as and practice as a registered dietitian, nutritionist, this CPD certificate, once you have it, you don't need to do any other course. For example, uh, one of our teammates who's located in Australia, she wanted to get registered as and practice as a registered dietitian. She went to her, concerned authorities in her country, and all they needed was 30 CPD credits. Now, since she had dLife certification CPD, which is 60 credits, she did not have to do anything else, and she easily registered there as a dietitian. She's now practicing. So imagine countries need only 20, 30, maybe 40. That's also very rare. CPD accreditations to register you as a dietitian and practice in their country, and you have 60 credits through dLife. So being the number one, and that's why, I always say 21 countries are enrolled with us. Why? Because we are the biggest accreditation with 60 credit points. That if they need to get registered there, they all they need is this certificate. Plus, we are the most underpriced, being the number one course in the world. Even the second biggest, third biggest, who are not even in the race are priced highly than us. So it doesn't make sense for anybody to go for any other course.
Definitely, definitely. I think people need to see this bigger picture and realize that they are going to receive so much by paying a relatively smaller amount. And in fact, we keep running all kinds of offers also on this course, which people really should take benefit from. So I think we have answered many of the common questions, but I'm going to quickly hit on a couple of them because some people have heard Anup Singh's name, but they may have this doubt that, hey, how come an engineer IITian, but he has founded a health course and how? So maybe Ira, you can quickly talk about Anup's background
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
brilliant.
so this is something that I will try to encapsulate, but this is a very, very big topic and achievement. Low carb itself, the movement itself was started and kicked off by Anup Singh. So the brief is that Anup was diagnosed with diabetes in 2011 and he refused to take pills. And then since 2011, there is evidence of documenting and talking about low carb on all international forums, especially UK based forums that were diabetes specific. So Anup was there in 2011. We have screenshots of that where he's talking about low carb diet to put diabetes under remission. And also his pioneering of 100-gram carbs per day that is now being widely used across the world and especially by vegetarians to to put in a low carb diet to put diabetes and other metabolic syndromes into remission. Now when Anup started talking low carb in 2011, a lot of people saw results and they started following his 100-gram carbs per day template. And of course, and at that time there was not too much information, and not everybody was on the internet. So Anup was a very, very aggressive voice talking about low carb then. And when he was continuously banned from those forums for talking low carb, he launched dLife in 2014 in India. So dLife is a platform for Indians by Indians, and now it's a global platform. But what was happening around 2011 is that two things. People did not know how to do low carb on an Indian vegetarian diet. So what they were doing is typically rehashing the Western keto model of beef, bacon, eggs, and failing. So there was this they did not know. Second, there was no mention of 100-gram carbs per day, especially on a vegetarian diet, either in India or across the world. There is no mention of it. I mean, as far as I know, as far as we know, we have researched, there is no other mention of 100-gram carbs per day. Why 100 grams? Because Anup argues, and that's a very brilliant logic, that it is based on the liver's glycogen holding capacity of 120 grams. And even if you take computing error into account, 100-gram carbs is the upper limit in a low carb diet if you want to put diabetes under remission. So with all this premise, and especially for vegetarian Indians that were struggling to, put their diabetes under remission or to also, go low carb, dLife was founded in 2014. So dLife is India's biggest, first, and the only award-winning low carb platform. Anup was awarded Icons of India in 2021, if I am not wrong, 2021, yes. And for his pioneering work in Indian low carb and for introducing or for giving the world 100-gram carbs per day template, especially on an Indian complex vegetarian diet where people did not know what is the carb knob. What should be, how low should the carb be on a low carb, because it is primarily grain and legumes, pulses, plant-based diet. So if you take away carbs, or if you take away, how to do low carb. So this was this template, this entire movement revolution was kicked off by Anup starting from 2011, and especially after the founding of dLife.in, India's first low carb platform and the world's single biggest low carb platform. So this is pretty much about Anup, the pioneer of low carb and also the pioneer of 100-gram carbs template per day.
Yeah, absolutely. I know there is so much to say about Anup, but I think for this session, that should give people the gist of it. Maybe I'll come to the very last point. So a lot of people ask when they
Mandar, I think you should answer why engineers are taking are now actively into the nutrition field. Because I know for one, Anup, as far as I have had a talk with him, he says we are trained to look at the root cause analysis, and
absolutely,
and it begins from there. And we cannot accept हुआ तो हुआ logic कि ये भी try कर लो वो भी try कर लो हुआ तो हुआ नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ. So that's
absolutely.
how I think he started talking about low carb. And he says by logic, by reasoning, by common sense, that it
Yeah.
has to be 100-gram carbs per day anymore, and it won't work. So tell me, why are engineers, I mean 40% of the course enrollees now certified coaches are engineers. You are an IIT Bombay engineer. why are engineers extremely interested or actively coming into nutrition, and they are actually the ones who are changing the face of nutrition.
Absolutely, yeah. So I think, as pioneered by Anup, and then so many of us are now his students, very proudly so. But I think he has hit at the very core where, we want to solve the problem at the root cause and as upstream as possible, right? And we are not typically satisfied with just band-aid solutions. The parallel with chronic disease is the symptom suppression. So my typical analogy is to think, okay, there is a fire, there is a black smoke coming. We are not happy just with the fans, somehow dissipating the smoke. We want to go and take care of the fire. And by the way, virtually no other field we are satisfied by just symptom suppression, right? We truly want to do a root cause analysis, RCA. We want to take steps. We want to figure out the five whys. I mean, any of these typical frameworks that we all use in all kinds of fields, and specifically in science and engineering and in technology. That's how we would like to solve the problems. And I think it is also common sense, as you mentioned. Something as critical as chronic disease, which is forming majority of the load on our global healthcare system. So we really want to find out where it is originating and go solve it there. Because as I also say all the time, and all of us say that with that trust, that medicine and surgery are sort of after the fact, right? I mean, they are not really the central pieces of the answer when it comes to chronic disease, because it's not a deficiency of medicine which is creating the chronic disease. Something is going wrong in the lifestyle, in nutrition, all of that, right? So we want to go as much upstream as possible, and as a result of fixing those fundamentals, then the result is the disease remission, or result is no more reliance on the pills. The focus is not on the pills or whatever, right? So I think that really excites us. We want to go to the depths of that knowledge and learn from all of you guys. So as I say to anybody who asks me that question, one of the skills that we pick up while being students of science and engineering is to open up that science and read, right? We don't want to simply take word of somebody famous, some influencer, some person in a position of authority. We want to actually understand the logic, the fundamentals, the principles, and then apply those, then tweak those in the case of whoever is in front of us that we want to help. So I think that really tickles our brain also, and that's why it's very interesting to
Yeah,
go.
and a lot of times, Mandar, people ask, you are asking the wrong question to the wrong guy. When you go and ask a doctor what you should eat, you should know that a doctor is not trained in nutrition. He's trained in suppressing the symptoms. And as far as chronic diseases is concerned, why should I outsource, or why should you outsource your health to somebody who's not trained in that? And the solution lies in food and not medicine. And you eat food. So why won't you get trained yourself instead of taking pills and asking the doctor, what you should be eating? He has no idea. You can eat a crow. You might as well eat a parrot. So that's how precise it is. So when we talk about nutrition, not only engineers, I mean, engineers have taken the nutrition world by storm, and not just in India, abroad, I mean, everybody, because I think they are very precisely trained to address the root cause. But two, nutrition is everybody's domain, and here, therefore, there are people from all streams, all walks of profession in dLife now enrolled and studying the low carb nutrition. Not only are they coming off pills and transforming their lives, but every life that they are touching, their parents, their family, their community, they're taking people off pills. So why do you want to make it a rocket science and go to somebody who's not trained into that and ask what I should be eating? Well, he doesn't know. And just to conclude, we also train doctors. We are the ones who train doctors in nutrition. There are 42 doctors now enrolled in dLife who we train in nutrition. And just for the record, most of them have admitted that they have bettered their practice, improved their practice, or multiplied their practice once they start applying low carb nutrition as the first line of intervention. And, if medicines are needed, or some medicines, they, for very complex issues, they cannot come off, or they take time in coming off, fine. But the first line of intervention, what can be? You came here eating a certain kind of food. You did not come here eating pills, in the morning breakfast, in lunch, and in dinner. You ate food, you came here, now you're taking medicine. The route to go back is start eating the right food, go back, and then get your medicines tweaked by the doctor as he advises. This is the right way. So why should nutrition be rocket science? Why should only be a handful of people knowing, nutrition science? And why doctors? Because they are not trained. We train doctors. Ask us, come to us. Yeah, Mandar.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's a very valid and very key point to understand. That's why 16% of our enrollees are doctors. And as you rightly said, now they are also happier because they think that and realize that they are truly helping their patients because they're not just suppressing the symptom. One quick point I would like to mention is that in the life of an engineer like me, right? So when I get a call from a lady whose PCOD I put in remission, and when she naturally conceived, when she was actually told by the doctors to go on hormone replacement and IVF and all of that, right? And she was fed up with all of that. So when I got that phone call from her that when she first found out that she was pregnant, and she called me even before calling her own parents. So that gave me goosebumps, and I can tell you, and this is thanks to Anup and all dLife team, that there is a moment like this which is happening in the life of an engineer like me. I mean, it would have never
That's
come, right?
fantastic, Mandar. I think we recently had a case, and I've had a few cases where, now they have reversed their PCOS, PCOD, and now they're trying to conceive. Mandar, this is such a fantastic case that you mentioned. So precisely, these are the examples. You have been taking pills for things that can be improved on a low carb dietary intervention. Why not try that? Because if doctors are learning this, if generic dietitians, average nutritionists, who are certified average human performance nutritionist and sports nutritionist, all of them, after having certified, they were only working in 10 to 15% of their market, what to say, the market that they were working in or capturing was just 10 to 15%. Now, because if somebody comes to the gym and has fatty liver or diabetes, they are not allowed to touch that because you're not trained in metabolic health. And that's where we chipped in. And that's how these people have now finally come to dLife from all of these courses. So as I said, all these courses are on one side. dLife Low Carb Nutrition and Metabolic Health is one side because it is 80% of the market. India is one of the sickest countries in the world. And the world at large needs so many certified metabolic health coaches
Absolutely.
to even think about getting it into a previous status quo because it's a huge market. And the more we have, certified coaches in the world, I mean, that's why we have 21 countries enrolled and 41 doctors enrolled, and more than 40% of them are engineers. There are scientists in the group, in the dLife community. There are people from the IT, media, defense background, nursing background, all of them. So, Mandar, I think I'll ask the next question. Why do you state that this is the number one course in the world? Are you supposed to asking me this?
No, I think we covered. I think most of the ones which are
We
left,
covered this.
we
We
covered
covered
most.
this. So yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll just ask one quick one. So a lot of people have this doubt that once they are about to finish the diploma or once they finish the diploma, how do they start getting these trainees or clients to come to them?
Huh. So one is you can even handle cases while you are doing the course. We allow you to do that because we actually handle your cases. The cases are put up on the forum with the blood work, with all the markers, with all the symptoms. Every detail of the case is put up. So supposing I enroll in the course today, tomorrow I can take up a paid client or a pro bono client or a family member's blood work. So once I post it on the forum, you get guidance step by step, but all these mentors, doctors who are part of the dLife community, certified coaches, all of them, and you handle the case. So you can earn while you are working. Now, the first few cases always or typically always come from people who know you, from your, immediate group community, your friends, who will see your transformation. And then they will start asking you and you guide them. And that's how they also transform. So your first one, two success stories may not be paid clients, but once the word of mouth spreads, then more people will approach you. And that's how you get more and more clients. Plus, you need to have a social media presence. Most of us are present on Twitter, on Instagram. Although I don't think it's a very serious place. But yeah, you can project yourself there on LinkedIn and stuff like that. But I think Twitter, it's almost mandatory that you be present there. And once you put out these cases of, say, even pro bono cases of your friends, of your family members, of your parents, once you put out success stories, more inquiries will come. And that's how the rolling starts. So the first few people, or one or two people, or the first few success stories may not be paid clients, but they are your success stories nonetheless. All you need is a social media presence.
Perfect. Yeah, that really helps. One quick comment I wanted to add to that certification discussion that we had, right? So, as we all know, in a lot of industries, people are going for a variety of skill development efforts, and their workplaces also have started to recognize, like for example, in software, people will go do some Microsoft certification or Oracle certification, things like that, because everybody is somewhere recognizing that skill development is really important, and you don't really stop your learning once you're out of college, right? But now think about what all we spoke about dLife diploma, right? With the NSDC partner certification, renowned, globally recognized, especially with that CPD, so credit points. So all of that puts us in that rare corner, and with true focus on skill building. And this is then, as you rightly said, this is not even on the same level of, some webinar type courses that you do in a few hours and sort of share that certificate online. I mean, it's okay, it has its own place maybe, but truly put that in that context, right? So let us think about what dLife truly is doing and impacting lives on a much larger scale also, right? And empowering you. And one quick point I will also add to Ira's point of we need, literally thousands of such people to come and do this diploma. We never look at them as competition because we all realize that there is absolutely need for this. Every household is somewhere suffering from some or the other chronic condition. This is a foundationally important work. This is not about selling some product here and there or anything like that. So don't even go comparing to that level. Realize that this is leveraging human biology and truly fixing somebody's health and empowering them with that knowledge, so that even years down the line they remember your voice in their head, and even if they slip out, slip from that path for a few weeks, they know how to get back, because that is the real difference that you have made in their life, right? So to me, I've sort of found this combination of the passion plus what you can get good at thanks to dLife diploma, and then you can also make this into a profession because you can get paid for it, because this is a true need in the world, right? So people use this word ikigai everywhere nowadays. So I know people like me, Shashi, Ira, all of us have found that combination of all of these factors, and we have found our ikigai, and this is all thanks to dLife diploma. So I just wanted to add that quick note towards the end.
Yeah, Mandar, also, we discussed the, the exam at the end of the day, or the, test at the end of the course. Also, can you just in two lines tell what is the internship part? How does that work?
Right, right. So we encourage everybody to start using the forum, and in the internship, they start by doing two things. So the internship will consist of adding to the recipe section of the rich dLife forum. And the interesting part here is that there is automatic calculations of the macros, ratios, and the keto factor, etc., which Anup has brilliantly put in already. So you do that, as well as you do certain number of forum interactions. You start answering certain questions, so that you start getting a feel of analyzing real cases, their blood tests, and giving inputs on how you would start solving them, and reversing those conditions. So sort of getting your hands wet, so to say. And in addition to that, I would also like to mention that when you are at the beginning stage of finishing the diploma, or even during the diploma, when you are starting to handle some of those cases, you have the backing of dLife coaches who have already been certified. You have all the support from the mentors. So don't feel like you are doing this on your own or doing it somewhere in the corner. So even if you have read something or the other about metabolic health, you don't have to somehow hack it together and pull out pieces from here and there and try to sort of do some mix and match. Get properly certified, get all the knowledge, get the support, and with that confidence, walk out in the world and be a dLife certified coach, and then the sky is the limit.
I think we've covered most of the points. Anything else that you would want to ask or discuss, Mandar?
No, I think that's it. And again, thanks to Anup for not just starting dLife, but really putting together this diploma. I'm always proud of the brilliance with which he has put it together, and we have all joined hands with him. And it's been lovely to continue to work with everybody in dLife. And yeah, I'm looking forward to whoever is watching this video. We all look forward to welcoming you to the dLife family. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Uh,
So just to sum it up, maybe Mandar, you and I can just chip in together and, just have some fun points, listed down. So Just to begin with, I'm beginning, you can always chip in. So just a recap, dLife.in is India's biggest, oldest, and the only award-winning platform, founded by a silver medalist IITian Anup Singh, who is the pioneer of low carb in India and also the pioneer of the 100-gram carbs per day template for diabetes remission on an Indian vegetarian low carb diet. So he started talking low carb in 2011. dLife was founded in 2014. And on the premise of what Anup gave back then, is the foundation of Indian LCHF. This platform was founded for Indian vegetarians who were struggling to do low carb and did not know how low should the carb be in a low carb diet and what should replace the grains, legumes, and pulses. So dLife is India's, as I said, oldest low carb platform. From the dLife platform comes the dLife.in diploma course, which is low carb nutrition and metabolic health. dLife diploma course was launched in 2020 during the COVID period, and for 2 years, I think we had very few enrollments because the world was sadly struggling with a lot of tragedy and all of that. But in the last, since 23, I would say, we now have 21 countries enrolled with us. We now have 41 doctors as of today enrolled with us, mainstream doctors and also others. And we have 100 plus are certified now. I think 250 or more. By April, I think we'll have 180 certified coaches out in the market. Why should in India, why should you do the dLife course? As I said, and we mentioned here, we are the only legally tenable course in this space, low carb nutrition and metabolic health. So if you want to learn low carb nutrition and reverse metabolic syndromes, metabolic dysfunctions, we are the only legally tenable course in India. There is nobody else. In the world, we are the only CPD SO UK accredited course from India, and we'll have the global biggest 60 credits to our course, which no other course in the world has. Forget in India, which no other course in the world has. As a result, people from the USA, from UK, from South Africa, from Singapore, from Oman, you name it, and we now have 21 countries enrolled with us because we are the number one course in the world and the only legally tenable course in India. So whether it's India, it's dLife.in. Whether we are talking about the world, it is dLife diploma course. That's pretty much about the course. Now the USP of the course, that when you enroll into the course, it's not one run of the mill certificates where you just enroll, you take your certificate and there's no support. Now 10 years of premium data which dLife has, the biggest LCHF data, is bundled along with the course. Now this is given to you free. So um, uh, when you get into the course, you start studying the course, and this 10 years of premium data is given to you complimentary. Imagine this subscription based data, which is premium data, that's given to you for free. And while you're doing the course, you have access to the forum, you have access to the recipes, you have access to the old case threads and how they were handled. You can initiate a new discussion. You have access to the old podcast, to every podcast. You have access to the library, to the WhatsApp community. You are with your mentors literally 24/7. You can start a discussion even at in the dead of the night, and by tomorrow morning you will get an answer. So people who ask, physical classes, I think you're talking about this, we are giving you this. And that's who we are. We are the biggest a single low carb platform in the world. As for Indian low carb, it's only dLife.in. So whether you're looking to be certified, legally certified in low carb nutrition and metabolic health, and call yourself a metabolic health coach or a legally certified metabolic health coach, we are the only ones. dLife is the only one. If you are anywhere in the world looking for CPD credits, we have 60. Australia needs about 20 or 30 to register you as a dietitian, and you can start practicing there. Similarly, all other countries have. We have 60 credits to our course. And just by doing this course, if you're looking to add CPD credits, if you're looking to get CPD credits, if you're looking to do the best course in low carb nutrition and metabolic health, dLife is the only one. So we are the number one in India. We are the number one in the world. We are the only ones, you should, study with and you should enroll in. And if, as I always say, towards the end, if it's Indian low carb, it's dlife.in. If it's low carb nutrition and metabolic health certification, it is dlife.in. Yeah, Mandar, anything else?
No, I think you summarized it perfectly. I would only say that look at the bigger picture. The world really needs hundreds and thousands of such coaches. There is unending work. So if you really want something which is recession proof, this is the skill to pick up because it's an evergreen skill. And see, engineers always want to solve the biggest problem, right? And the biggest problem right now is this chronic conditions in healthcare. So be confident and build this evergreen skill with dlife.in. And we look forward to welcoming all of you into the dLife family.
So just one bit of point for people. There are a lot of people who come on Twitter, because I think they are having a holiday on a Monday. Maybe, they come on Twitter and they advise us, you're a bit highly priced. Okay. Let me tell you, for being the number one course in the world, according to CPD accreditation, we are lower priced than the second course in the world, which is halfway down our mark, which is the 36 hours. They're highly priced than us. So imagine where we should be. Will you go to the IIT and tell them, highly priced? Don't go to the IIT. You can go to Krishna Cyber Cafe. So, you can do all of that. And as far as India is concerned, three courses that I know of, and I'm talking about this very seriously. Yeah, our coaches have told us this. They have given us information. One very popular course charges 4+ lakhs for 3 years for teaching high carbs that has zero results on metabolic dysfunctions, on diabetes, on hypertension. What did you go and learn there? Did you ever go and tell them? No. The other course, is equally expensive and equally long. I think it took 3 years or something, and 4 times more price than us. And we are seriously underpriced. So you can rest assured we'll be increasing the course fee, because everything premium needs to be up, well priced, needs to be accurately priced. Lest people who are not serious about this will get into it. So of course we will hike the price to where we deserve to be for being the world's number one course. Thank you. But Mandar, should we wind up?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I hope all your queries have been cleared. And in case you need to reach out to us, I'm available. Mandar is available. You can ping me on 96315 and Mandar, you can give out your phone number as well.
Yeah, that's 93560 92760.
Yeah. So we'll be available for any queries if you have with regards to the dLife Diploma course. Welcome on board to India's frontline warriors and now the world's frontline warriors in metabolic health and low carb nutrition. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll be back again as usual with my dLife course review videos. I'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye, Mandar.
Bye, thanks.